Hey everyone, it's Casey. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing my August haul. So I don't have as many books as I had in July because that was crazy. And most of these I bought at the beginning of August and even kind of the end of July that weren't in my July haul. Because lately I've been really trying not to spend that much on books. So let's just get right on into it. A lot of these I've already read before. They're like, I'm trying to rebuild my collection a little bit. So the first one I'm going to talk about are like childhood favorites. The first one is Night of the Twisters by Ivory Ruckman. I've talked about this book a lot randomly because it is my favorite book from when I was a kid. It's about this Night of the Twisters. It takes place in Nebraska. It follows like a 11 or 12-year-old boy who has to like survive these like 4 or 5 tornadoes with his friend. It's really good. It's really short, and I like to read it. I just recently read it, maybe like 3 years ago again. Still really good. The next book I bought, which I desperately want to reread. I don't think I've read this book as an adult, maybe once. And it is Bridge to Terabithia by Katherine Paterson. This book is so good, guys. It is, if you don't know what this book is about, it also follows a young, like 10 or 11-year old boy who meets this new girl who moved to town. I believe she's a new girl. I'm pretty sure. It's been a while since I've read it. And they go to this like place like in their head called Terabithia. Well, it's not in their head. They like cross a river and it like becomes Terabithia. You know, it's just they're making it up. It's about their friendship. It's like a coming of age story. It has like one of the best endings in a terrible way. So I'm really excited to read this. And then I also haven't seen the movie. It came out maybe like 10 years ago now or something. It's been out for a while and I haven't watched it yet. So I'm going to reread this sometime in the future and then watch the movie. And then the last kind of childhood, I think it's the last, kind of childhood book is Running Out of Time by Margaret Peterson Haddocks. And I read a lot of her books when I was a kid. She also writes the series, I forget what the series is called, but it takes place in this land where you can only have 2 kids, and it's about a third kid who has to live alone. I don't know why I'm telling you about that book. That's not what this book is about, but that's also a really good series. This book takes place in this kind of frontier village where there's like like a disease goes around, and she has to leave the village to go get the vaccines. And I don't want to spoil this for anyone, so let's just say that the outside world isn't what she thought it was. If you've ever seen The Village by M. Night Shyamalan, it's very reminiscent of this book, and I'm so excited to read this book. Again, I read it when I was probably a teenager, and so I definitely want to reread it. It's kind of creepy, but not like in a, like, you know, it kind of scary. Like, it's not like about killer clowns. It's more like a psychological thriller. I really like it. The next book I got is one I've also read, but I read it as an adult. Oh no, my stack is gonna fall. Okay, this is one I read as an adult, and it's called Sammy's Hill. It's by Kristen Gore, who is Al Gore's daughter. You know, Al Gore, the vice president. So this is a fiction book about this girl whose name is Samantha, or Sammy, and she works, this one takes place, she works in Congress for a congressman, and then there's also a sequel where she works in the White House called Sammy's House, I believe. They're both really good. I really like this. I rebought it because I have it in mind for a video that I'm going to do in the future. So I wanted to have the physical copy. Plus, it's really good, and I kind of want to reread it. She's kind of one of those wacky characters who's like always tripping and falling, but she's cute, and you know, it's really good. I really like this book. Definitely would recommend it, especially if you're kind of into politics. If you like The West Wing or House of Cards or any of those kind of political shows, check this one out. The next book I bought, I'm pretty sure I haven't hauled this. I think I just talked about it in a video. And it's Heidi by Joanna something. This book, I don't know what it's about exactly. It takes place in some like foreign land, maybe like Switzerland or maybe Sweden, one of those kind of places. And it's about a young girl. And like I said, I haven't read this before. I've said that I've read it before in the 4th grade, and I had to take an AIR test on it, and I failed it because I just watched the movie instead. So have no idea what this is about, even though I have watched the movie. But I want to reread it this year as kind of like fixing all of my crimes as a child, you know, like, because I lied about it. So there's another book that I did that too, where I said I read it and I just watched the movie, and I'm also in the middle of reading that one. That one's Lonesome Dove by Larry McMurtry. Anyway, I thought this was a beautiful copy of Heidi, so I'm going to read it this year. The next book I got this from Half Price Books. I went with my sister back. I'm pretty sure I bought this one in July, but I don't think I hauled it. And it is The Chronicles of Narnia by C.S. Lewis. I've never read these. I've never even read The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, but I know like the basic premise that takes place in Narnia, because I have seen the movie. But I'm going to read this. This is the all 7 books in like a big old edition. I am going to read this over Thanksgiving. Over Thanksgiving, I'm going to a beach house in North Carolina. Ooh, fancy. And so I'm going to read this like on the beach and for Thanksgiving. I don't know. I'm so excited to read this. The next book I also got at Half Price Books, and I have never heard about this book, but it seems so cool, and I'm also going to be using this in a future video. It is called Badass Ultimate Death Matches. It's by Ben Thompson, and I'm just going to read you the little blurb up here. It says, skull-crashing true stories of the most hardcore duels, showdowns, fistfights, last stands, suicide charges, and military engagements of all time. So this is a really neat book. It has like a lot of graphics. Like before each chapter, there's like a little like art thing, and there's just like little doodles throughout the book. Of course, the one I picked doesn't have any doodles, but see more art. And this is a pretty big book. It's over 500 pages, or a little less than 500, but it has 40 stories. So each story is only, like 10 or 12 pages. So I think I'm gonna try and read one per night so that I can get this done within the month of August. But yeah, it seemed really neat. It's obviously nonfiction. I don't know, it just seemed neat and really different from most like nonfiction, like military or battle-esque books. So I'm excited for that. The next ones I just recently. So all the books I've talked about I got a long time ago, and these are the 2 that I just bought a couple days ago. The first one is A Study in Charlotte, and it's by Brittany Cavallaro, I believe. I'm so excited to read this one. This is kind of a Sherlock Holmes retelling. It takes place in a boarding school where the great-great-great-granddaughter of Sherlock Holmes goes to school there, and then also a relative of Watson goes to school there, who's a boy. So it's the Sherlock Holmes is a girl, and then the Watson is a boy. And I don't know if there's like a love interest. I kind of hope there is, because that sounds really good. But anyway, I don't know. I'm really excited to read this. It's going to be a trilogy. The second one, I think, just came out really recently, because it was when I was in Target. Obviously, I got it in Target. They were like next to each other, and the second one was in hardcover. So I hope I like this. This is also just like a really neat cover. I don't know. I'm going to read this really soon. The next book I got at Target, I'm kind of in a bit of a reading slump, and so this is why I went to Target to get this book, because when I'm in reading slumps, I like to read kind of just like mindless books I know I'm gonna like, I know are gonna have happy endings. They're not like these books that take place in a different world that I have to like understand the world. They're just easy books. So this is Debbie Maycumber's Any Dreams Will Do, and I do like Debbie Maycumber. If you're not familiar with her, she writes adult fiction, like women's fiction, and hers are kind of like sickeningly sweet romances. They're like very wholesome. Normally like the main climax is that they kiss. Like there's never sex scenes. It's actually, I was flipping through this yesterday, and this shows you how wholesome her books are, because at the end of the book there's a little chocolate chip cookie recipe. And a lot of her books have like a cookie recipe in them. I don't know. She also always writes a Christmas book that I always get. I'm pretty sure I saw that hers comes out in October, her latest Christmas book. Anyway, this one, I think the lead guy is a pastor, and then the woman is like this woman that moves to town that has kind of like a dark past, you know. But I'm not too sure. Anyway, I'm excited about it. I'll read that one very soon because I'm in my reading slump. And then I have 5 more. The 3 that I got these 3 editions of classics. This one is Alice in Wonderland, which I've never read. The Secret Garden, I've also never read. And Anne of Green Gables, also have never read. I got these books from Books A Million because they were buy 2 get 1 free, and I really needed an edition. I needed this. I needed an edition of Alice in Wonderland to do a challenge I think I'm going to do next year. It's called the Rory Gilmore Challenge. And basically what you try and do is read all the books that Rory Gilmore read, which in Gilmore Girls. And it's like 360 books. So obviously I'm not going to read all those next year. I don't know how many I'll read. But anyway, one of them was this book. So Alice in Wonderland. So that's why I got that. And then I also got A Monster Calls. I'm definitely going to read this in October. I'm so excited about this. I've wanted to read this for like a year. And I got like I don't know if all the books have this, but like the one that has like all the graphics in it. It's the hardcover. I'm super excited about this, by Patrick Ness. And then I also haven't seen the movie of this, so then I'll definitely check out the movie. And then the last book that I got this month was My Favorite Thing is Monsters by Emelle Ferris. This is a graphic novel. I've never read a graphic novel, so this will be my first. I don't know if I want to show that picture. There was like some pornography on it. But it's like done in like a school like notebook. I don't know what this book is about at all. One of the people that I follow loves this book, and I also have it in mind for that big video like secret that I'm doing. It's not that big of a deal, but anyway, I'm super excited to read this. Hopefully I like it because it was expensive and I've never read a graphic novel, so we shall see. It gets like crazy good reviews on Amazon when I was looking at it. Like people have said that this is revolutionary and everything, so hopefully I like it. Anyway, there's one more book that I probably will get in August, and that is Wonder Woman by Leigh Bardugo. I have already pre-ordered the signed copy from Books A Million, and it comes out on the 29th, which is Tuesday, so hopefully I get it really soon, because I definitely am going to read that book kind of as soon as I get it, because I am obsessed with Wonder Woman. I'm so excited for that book and for the movie to come out on DVD so I can watch it again. So that was my August book haul. I don't know why I can't remember the month, but please subscribe and let me know which one I should read first, or if you have any thoughts on any of them. Okay, bye.